What's going on, guys? We're finishing up week 13 in iRacing. It was pretty unique events. There was one that stood out to me that I thought was pretty interesting. I believe it was called 5 to Go, Daytona International Speedway. You just start the race, 5 to go. We're in Xfinity Busch Series cars. These cars are extremely unique. I can't say after the update that I really like them, but the way they side draft and draft is pretty unique, so I did kind of enjoy that. But let's get it started. I'm starting in 6th position right here in the Chevy Camaro, sponsored by Baja Blast Mountain Dew. So right away I noticed that gap. 32 didn't have the best start, so I'm immediately thinking about trying to squeeze down in there. Luckily I was, because I think it did save our race. Turn 1 and 2 didn't really go that well. So, get down in. I'm not going to bump him. I was actually even letting off the throttle a little bit there. Boom, there it goes. So if you look, I don't remember what number it was. I think it was the 39 car possibly. No, it was the 20 car. No, it was the 39 car. Okay. So he checks up the track a little bit. It wasn't a ton. But right when he does, he taps the quarter panel of his Chevy, and he comes down, nips the Ford, and then they just start flying. I don't know if he was being too aggressive or what, but really just floating up the track's what got him. I think he wanted to bump this guy and just try and drive, which is a little questionable to do mid-corner anyhow, especially when the tires are cold, but to each their own. That's what resulted. Luckily, I was able to kind of shrug that guy right off my bumper, and we're gone. Nothing really happens I believe this whole next lap. It's just kind of driving around. But then they start getting cocky and try and get up the high side. I believe coming around this backstretch here. Lap 2, turn 1. And there we go. So we're grouped up. The draft's now cooking. And you can see there, you can tell, there they go. They're waiting just for that little bit of a gap. Try and close off that quarter panel. Now the low line is much faster. You can see here that I'm riding up, not right on the yellow line. I don't really want him to have a good corner exit where he's right in my draft. As you can see, he's kind of struggling to build momentum. Lap 3, 2 to go. And they finally got their momentum. He does have some damage. I'm sure that isn't helping his case. It's not on the front of his car. He seems to be doing okay. Chop cut me off a little bit. That's okay. Getting their draft. He's getting me a little loose, the 32 car. It didn't really help our case as far as catching them. But slingshot, high side. Little tap, and it looks like I'm going to get some help here. Typically will generate a little bit more speed. I do want to touch on that real quick. So the reason I dipped down there was to keep that draft going. So I knew I had a little bit of a run. But I don't think, I think that probably sped me up 1 to 2 miles an hour, honestly, just being able to cut into that line once I saw it was open. You can even hear the wind change a little bit. But anyhow, just enough to get in front, shut the door on them, and keep rolling around. White flag's out. And none of us are talking, none of us are working together. I mean, it seems like me and that 32 car were working together a little bit, but we weren't discussing anything, and I don't think the Toyota and the other Chevy back there were either. Just kind of playing around. Again, you see the line I'm sticking to. He's decided to do the same, but I'm trying to affect his draft. Yeah, it looks like they're going to get it. The high side typically does come off with a little bit more speed. They just have that couple extra feet of straightaway when they take that line. And here we go. So now I know this is the last lap. I get a little bump from 32. That's probably that was huge. I'm gonna rattle 29's cage a bit, trying to get around him. I won't say I did that on purpose, but I didn't let off, and I knew I was pretty sure I was gonna tap him. But hey, racing's racing. And I think that's it. I came around the high side. That's plenty of momentum. I don't really worry about staying too low. I want to be able to block in any direction, but none of them are really going to have enough speed to do that. So we take the dub, and that's that. Love the paint scheme. Love this new paint scheme. Shout out Taco Bell. But all right, guys, that's one of the most interesting events that I've done recently, especially as far as week 13 goes. I thought that was pretty cool. There it is. Pretty interesting stuff. But thank you very much. Appreciate you guys watching, and we'll see you next time.